Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here today on this blustery day. Appreciate you coming out in person. Just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone here. We have Mayor Bibb and Councilman Joe Jones with us, and we also have a representative from the Ohio EPA, Mr. Allouden. If we can bring him forward if you have any questions about this program and the funding for this program. Thank you, Mr. Allouden, for being here today. So the city is able to bring electric vehicle charging stations like this publicly available level 2 station. The two of them you see outside. We'll have a ribbon cutting in a few moments here where we're actually going to fuel up the vehicles as opposed to cutting an actual ribbon. We were able to bring these into our communities that have been historically left out of this type of investment thanks to funding from the Ohio EPA. Cars that use electric motors instead of gas combustion engines contribute less air and noise pollutants throughout our neighborhoods, plain and simple. Not everyone has those cars yet, but it is projected that by 2030, 7 to 10% of cars in Ohio that will be owned will be electric of some kind. And we want to make sure that there's equitable access for charging these vehicles, from used plug-in hybrid EVs to 100% electric cars and trucks. Recognizing that making EVs accessible and acting on climate equitably means more than just plopping a charging station down in a neighborhood. This is just a start towards ensuring that all of Cleveland's neighborhoods will have equitable access for coming transition to clean electric vehicles. And after we have finished our comments, you're welcome to go outside and along Miles Road. There are examples of all these different EVs. We have, I believe, a couple of plug-in hybrids. We definitely have 100% EV vehicles, and we have a chassis for recycling and waste refuse collection out there too, which is pretty exciting. Heavy industrial vehicles and light-duty vehicles are an opportunity for us to electrify and decrease both our carbon emissions that cause climate change, as well as air pollution in our neighborhoods. Just want to hand it off to Mayor Justin Bibb for a couple comments.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your leadership of our Department of Sustainability and Climate Justice. And first, I also want to thank all of the amazing partners who made this day possible, from our leaders at the state, at the Ohio EPA, leaders from NOACA, and my colleague at City Hall, Councilman Joe Jones. Today is more than just about showcasing these amazing EV charging stations right here in Cleveland's southeast side in Ward 1, but I think this also shows our commitment as a city to advancing climate justice. For far too long, this part of the city has not gotten its fair share of resources. And we are truly at a historic moment in this nation right now with the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, the biggest federal investment to address climate change and to advance climate justice in our nation's history. Over $12 billion across the nation is being invested in advancing the EV charging infrastructure network all across America. And we're committed at City Hall in Cleveland to making sure Cleveland gets its fair share of resources and that this part of the city continues to see the benefits of the green economy moving forward. So I'm really excited about the work ahead. We have more stations that are going to be launched over the next couple of years, one at the West Side Market and another at the Willard Garage later in 2023. And as we prepare for all the federal stimulus coming from the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the Inflation Reduction Act, I guarantee we'll be working with our governor and our leaders in D.C. to make sure Cleveland and Northeast Ohio gets its fair share of resources. So with that being said, I'll pass it to my colleague, the Honorable Councilman Joe Jones. Councilman.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Just take this time to thank the mayor of the city of Cleveland. This is the first step to being able to preserve our planet. As we are actually living in a changing world today, it's great to know that we have the commitment from the state of Ohio's EPA and this mayor to make a commitment not just only in this neighborhood, but also to advance this effort throughout the city of Cleveland, and his administration to work very diligently to make sure that we get those resources coming from the federal government. And I encourage all of the citizens of the Lee Harvard Ward 1 area and the citizens of the city of Cleveland to come out here and charge your electrical vehicles. And to all of you who are here today, thank you. May God bless you all. Thank you, Mayor Bibb.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Alaudin. I work with the Ohio EPA, and I just want to say it's such a good day. Notwithstanding the temperature or anything else out there, it's a good day when partners at the state, local, business communities, people come together and do something good, and we are able to celebrate something good all together. So on behalf of Director Lori Stevenson of the Ohio EPA, we're really proud and we're really happy to be a part of this day and this celebration. Thank you all so much for inviting us to be a part of this event. We look forward to having the people of Cleveland and others use these charging stations. And we're also looking forward to another similar event, hopefully soon, as Cleveland completes its work on another charger at the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport that also was funded through our program. I'm excited for the day when we get together and celebrate that one as well, and kind of partner with Cleveland as you work diligently and thoughtfully to just improving the quality of life for all people in this area. Thank you all very much again for the opportunity.
Well, we'll have time for a couple of questions before we do the activity outside. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Steven Hernandez with 19 News and Telemundo. An important thing of having it here is the message it sends to different underserved communities and minority communities, also the plan to open it up on the west side. What does it mean to have these available for different minority communities in the city?
It's critical. As I stated before in my opening comments, we're seeing the largest federal investment in advancing climate justice and making the purchase of electric vehicles more easier for everyday working class Americans. And so as those tax credits become available for folks to buy electric vehicles, we want to make sure that if you're a resident in Lee Harvard or Mount Pleasant, Union Miles, if you want to buy a Tesla or a Prius, you can charge your car right in your neighborhood. And it also signals to the entire region that Cleveland is going to be a leader in climate justice and really advancing the benefits of the green economy. Director O'Keefe, you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, thank you. And I think that in advance of being able to purchase some of those other cars is also we're seeing the used car market is also increasing, right? The availability of used vehicles through our plug-in hybrids, those are also available. And we need to make sure that the infrastructure is out there so that everyone has the ability to charge their vehicles.
Anybody else? Okay, let's check out the vehicles. Thanks, everybody.